miss you. Hello and welcome. We're gonna wait for some people to hop on as soon as I see one viewer. Hello everyone. Be sure to comment. Comments will appear here. Tune in, let us know where you're watching from. If you have any questions, food questions, to all my foodie friends. Okay, we got some followers. Okay, so I am in New Jersey and with my good friend here, Angel, and I'm using her kitchen today. But she's also been a cooking instructor for many years. So introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Angel Roma. I am Sophia's adopted aunt. And yeah, I was an instructor on the high school level for 40 years with nutrition and culinary arts. So I'm in love with food like Sophia is. So when she asked to come on over today and demonstrate all this delicious food that I can't wait to eat, I was just so excited when she said so, because to me that's an honor. I really do. And I am the student now, and Sophia is the teacher. But she said I could put my input anytime I want.
Yes,
so
her kitchen is an open concept. So if you've been watching me for a while, my lighting and stuff is always kind of a mess because of the kitchen that I have normally. But we have a beautiful setup here with the stovetop, so we're really gonna get in and showcase a beautiful cooking demonstration for all of you today. So I was thinking, I feel like I've cooked lamb for you guys so many times, and a traditional Greek recipe is roasted pork. That's what they have in Greece, which has honey, mustard, orange, lemon. We're just gonna get straight into it so I won't bore you anymore. I have a clear bowl so you can see everything that's happening. I have my orange, lemon. If you have a zester, go ahead, but I'm old school, I guess you could say. And
way to go.
We just slice our zest with our knife. We'll get like a good amount. We have 4 people for dinner tonight, so I went to my local butcher and I asked for, they know what they're doing, the butchers. So I said there's gonna be 4 people, and he knew the correct amount. So nobody needs to worry about Googling and freaking out how much people eat. I mean, it's usually a ½ pound, would you say, like per person? I wanted to get the pork roast on the bone, but we just got like a nice big pork roast with the fat cap on the top because pork doesn't have a lot of flavor. So she's gonna kind of like be my sous chef. We're gonna juice a whole lemon.
I'm gonna wash my hands again now.
And then I'm gonna do the orange zest as well. If anybody has any questions or comments, I can read everything. This is orange zest, just thinly sliced. No need to get crazy here. And the citrus is gonna add so much flavor to the pork. And this is kind of the same concept of like a Spanish, how they would do.
The marinade, yeah.
Orange and pork is like a match made in heaven.
Together.
Just the citrus, and sweet with pork. A lot of people have apples, like an apple jam with pork, or like sauerkraut, so sour from the lemon and sweet. So go ahead, you can squeeze that in.
Sure.
And
I'm gonna get myself a fork.
Yep. Then I have some mustard. You can use any kind. You can use, a whole grain, whatever you have on hand. Dijon. I am a mustard fanatic, so I like to go to.
Ooh, these are juicy.
Yeah, they're.
Whoa.
It was a nice little spot I went to today. About a tablespoon. And here is the point where you can get creative in a marinade, and it's so fun. You can put horseradish. Anything. A little bit of rosemary. I'm not the biggest rosemary fan. Can I say that without people killing me?
That's okay, because I'm not either.
It's very overpowering.
It is. And it bothers me when I swallow it.
So just like a rough chop.
Give me oregano, give me basil, give me, so we go easy on it.
Yeah. I have some fresh oregano. If it's hard to find, you can totally use dry. It's hard to find fresh oregano.
Okie dokie, honey.
Nice little rough chop here.
It smells so good, everybody.
All their herbs.
Oh, the citrus, the herbs.
I have obviously a huge amount of Cretan honey from Crete. So I took it and put it in a little quart container, but the honey is gonna go straight into the marinade here. And I would say 2 tablespoons. I don't measure. I will.
Good girl, don't
I
measure.
will write up the recipe. If
Only measure when you're baking.
if people are interested, but the key to not measuring is tasting as you go. That's a good
got
quote.
it. That's why she's the teacher.
So I have some raki, which is a Greek liqueur, and this one it has honey. My family is from the island of Crete. We have a home in Hania, and I brought back some. So it's just like a little dash. I'm gonna put it right in the marinade. And if you don't have that, which is totally fine, just use a little white wine, red wine, brandy, any kind of liqueur, vodka, just for that like depth of flavor.
That's 6 cents.
And then I just have some yogurt. I actually got this from, I've never tried it before. It was from Trader Joe's, and it's called the European style. And it's just like very, you got to taste this. How would you describe? It's a little bit more tart than a usual.
Definitely more lemony, a little more liquidy.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
That might be a plus for the yogurt soup. That one.
Oh, that's
Definitely
good.
really
She makes a delicious yogurt soup, and maybe we can showcase that recipe.
Okay, sometime we will.
And we can Greekify it.
We're gonna Greekify it, right?
So I put the yogurt right in the marinade, which is also going to tenderize the pork. This marinade has citrus. It's gonna have salt. It's gonna have pepper. So I would not marinate longer than like 2 hours because it starts to cook. Salt and citrus start to cook proteins. Hi, Chrissy.
Oh, Chrissy's on. Hi,
Yes.
Chrissy.
So we just do that ahead of time. I actually have the pork in the oven. I set my oven to 400 degrees and I watched it closely for about 25 minutes until it got beautiful golden brown and caramelized. I lowered the temperature to 325 and I put aluminum foil over it. And I sliced some onions in the bottom so it can add even more flavor into the juice marinade. It's gonna turn into a beautiful sauce to go over our risotto. So excited. How good does this smell? This can go over chicken, veal pocket we were discussing before, pork chops, and then you can grill them. This can go over chicken souvlaki, pork souvlaki, lamb, rack of lamb. It's such a good marinade for even some like vegetables. Put some mushrooms in there and just go to town.
And very healthy with all these ingredients.
I'm just gonna add just a little drizzle of olive oil.
I had to put that little in. A little healthy.
And that's pretty much done for the marinade. I'm gonna pull out the pork so you're gonna see it done. Usually I showcase me putting it on the meat, but today we did a little backwards so you could see the finished product, and I hope everyone's happy about that. So we're just gonna set this aside. This is gonna be yours now.
Oh, thank you.
So now we're gonna get on to our spinach pie risotto, you can call it. You can do this with rice, polenta, anything.
Rice, polenta, orzo.
It's so crazy, but if you've never made a savory oatmeal, such a good,
Really?
yeah. And
Wow, I never thought of that one.
it's like very healthy and
Yeah, the fiber, everything. Wow. It's really good.
So I'm gonna take you guys on a little journey of discussing the leek. So here is a leek. If you've ever seen these, there is different layers which have a lot of dirt. So when you clean them, you want to slice them down the middle. So I'll show you right here. You cut the end off. You could save this for a stock, a chicken stock, or whatever you want. These parts are a little tough, so this can go into your stock as well. So you can just put those aside. And then you slice your leek down the middle. This is just for cleaning purposes. And then each layer you can pull apart and wash. So we have like a bowl of water in the sink, and we just rinse that. Leeks are very tender. Would you say that they're sweeter?
They're sweet.
They're mild. And they break down more than an onion would in the perfect way. And it has such a great mouthfeel. So here they are. I love leeks so much. Leeks are used a lot in spinach pie cooking. So I'm just gonna give these a thin slice. And leeks smell so good, they won't burn your eyes, which is good.
That's a nice thing to know.
I've tried everything. I've tried onion goggles. I feel like nothing works. When you make French onion soup, you're crying for days.
No tearing at all with this.
So we're gonna start with our olive oil in the pot. So I'm gonna take you guys there.
Here, honey, here's more.
Thank you. Maybe I'll go on this back burner. Maybe we'll just lower you guys down. That works.
You trying a bigger pot, honey?
No.
No, it's good.
Yeah, because it's not a big bag of risotto. All right. Can you put this on low?
Sure.
So this is going to be a little teamwork. I'm excited.
Nope.
Risotto sounds scary. We did it in culinary school, so I was 19 years old when I went there. I'm 30 now, so it's been a while. But we were taught a very easy way to do risotto. Usually they'll have you do it hot on the side in a separate pot, and you add the hot liquid. But we're just going to totally bypass that, and we're going to make this so easy for you. So in the bottom of the pan, we're going to put our oil and our delicious leeks.
Yum.
You can up that heat a little.
Sure.
We'll save all these. I think that's a good amount. So we're gonna get that going.
Okay, would you like me to stir?
Yes. And I'm gonna get a very slight caramelization on it. A lot of French cooking, that's the way that I was taught, the French technique. It's called sweating out your vegetables. But I like color. That's how I like to cook. A little slight caramelization.
Bring
It's
that
just like
carbohydrate out there.
Yeah. So she's gonna get in on
Yeah,
that.
we want a little sizzle there.
Since we have it, I'm just gonna add a little honey. It'll intensify the caramelization.
My gosh.
Smells good, right? So, where I live in New Jersey, we have the Greek store in Kenilworth. I talk about it all the time, but she has a full-blown feta bar. So I have some feta in the brine, which I usually have a huge bucket in my fridge. So I took some out for this delicious recipe. We have some fresh dill. So I'm gonna chop up probably like a 1/4 cup. Just gonna mince it up.
Oh my, so good. Everybody, if you could smell this. Ooh, Sophia.
So another, what would you say, I guess technique, you want to toast the risotto. So you want to make sure that there's enough fat. You can olive oil for this, but normally I would recommend using butter.
We have the curry gold.
This is Mediterranean food. We can't
Oh,
use butter.
okay.
We could do a French
We could
cooking.
do Irish.
So I'm going to just throw this in and just get it caramelized with everything else. I'm going to actually take that out. So it's kind of hard to find risotto in the store. A lot of them might come pre-seasoned with like Parmesan or truffle or mushroom.
Yep.
You know, it's fine.
Herb.
If you don't want that, you could, again,
Cheese.
substitute with orzo or white rice. So this is technically a Spanakopita in Greek, but we're taking it
Okay, honey.
We're turning it up a little bit. I guess just like a tiny bit more.
It's toasting nice.
Yeah, it is.
You can smell that honey in there too.
Mm. Since we have a little bit of wine, we're going to use that. Again, any liquor is fine. Totally cool.
Any liquor is fine, people.
It's nice to have some kind of freedom in the kitchen. It makes you a better cook.
Totally agree. What I used to tell my students years ago is, except for baking, which is a process of balance of ingredients, cooking, never memorize recipes, just know the function of each ingredient and the chemistry of it and its edible chemistry. Once you know the purpose of each ingredient, you just put in the way you want and you just keep creating.
And it's all about tasting. So I'm going to grab a spoon.
And boy, all those kids out there, I miss them like crazy. Because I had some amazing, talented students. Oh, what a joy. What a joy.
Just a little bit of pepper.
Smells so good.
So the feta cheese might have a lot of salt, so the salt we're going to do at the end. But just season beforehand, because that will help with the flavor as it cooks. It gets into all the vegetables and the sauce. When you season at the end, it's just, salt's fine, but I feel like pepper, you should do it before. And I like it on the end and on top.
Yes. It looks nice.
I love black pepper.
Aesthetics.
So I'm gonna put in half, which is like a little bunch, that we're gonna actually cook this down into it, and then the rest is gonna be fresh. But I just like don't want it, you know, I feel like when dill doesn't cook down, it just kind of gets
hard.
stuck in your mouth a little bit.
It's
We're
kind of
gonna put
mellow.
some spinach in now, so some of it can break down and get the flavor going inside the risotto, and then I'm gonna add the rest. And you know, spinach comes like this, and then it's gonna be this big at the end.
It shrinks to nothing, like when you make Spanakopita.
Yeah.
It's like a big bag, and it's like a little palm in your hand here.
So a little pro tip, I saved some of the brine, and I'm actually gonna use the liquid inside of the risotto just to add that feta cheese flavor. So if you can find feta cheese in brine, do you think Whole Foods has that in brine?
I don't know if they have it in the, when you go to ShopRite and you get the Dudoni brand, they have it in brine.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
This will lower that just a tiny bit. I'm gonna add more liquid. This looks good.
Yes, it's delicious. The aroma, everybody, is amazing.
I'm gonna just reach down, the oven's underneath. I'm gonna test it with a thermometer until it reaches an internal temperature. So the tip needs to be in the center of the meat. So if you're gonna do a turkey breast, you actually wanna go, just have the tip touch the center of the meat, not the outside, not just the middle. Pull it all the way into the center, like the center of the earth.
Journey to the center of the earth.
Yes, the center of the earth, 150, let it sit for about 30 minutes, and it will reach well over 160, which is the point of perfection.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna stick it in
And it's so juicy.
and just test it.
Wow.
Have that creep up. We're probably around 130. So by the time the risotto's done, we will have perfectly cooked pork. I'm gonna turn that up.
Good. It needed a little
Did you
shot.
teach how to cook risotto in your class?
Absolutely, we did.
Which kind did you make? Do you remember?
We used the arboreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, once we had one lesson one day for the advanced classes, we bought all the different types of risottos. And each team made a different recipe with the different risotto, and we compared them. In the end, how well each one cooked in the recipe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I guess you did a lot of recipe testing.
Yes. Experimenting, comparisons, difference with cultures within a culture. We just.
So I'm gonna be honest. Every single time I teach cooking classes, you know, in people's homes, or I'll do lives, I really never make it beforehand. It's always like a recipe testing.
Impromptu.
Together.
You got it. Why not, right? It's the experience.
It's just, you know,
Oh, this is so creamy.
take your time and taste. Oh, it's so tasty. It's so good. It has such good flavor already, and it's not even cooked.
Oh my God.
Nice, right?
So good, that juice you added from the
brine.
Oh my God.
I feel like it's such like a hidden good
It's like
ingredient.
lemon. It's so good. It is. It's great. So glad. See, she thinks of all these creative ideas. All these ingredients that you can throw out is something you didn't realize was going to be valuable in a recipe.
I'll show you inside the
I
pot.
love Sophia's creativity. She works outside the box.
Oh, thank you.
You certainly do, honey. Look at
So
that.
that's the leeks, a little bit of the spinach just to grab flavor. I have the brine from the feta cheese.
So good in there.
I have fresh dill. So good.
Hold on one second.
If you are a spinach pie fan or a cheese pie fan, let me know. Not gonna lie, I like cheese pies. Ever since I was a little girl, that was my go-to. My sister liked the spinach, so it always worked out. So it's
You
getting
can
thick.
eat that for breakfast. It's so good. It's like
And it's healthier, you know?
So
like I
good.
said, you can do the savory oatmeal, or you can do
Yeah.
like a barley. I've actually done.
I love barley.
So good.
The only thing is some people won't eat barley because it has the gluten. And they're
Yes.
just, some people are going towards gluten-free for health reasons. But I love barley.
Polenta
The
is
texture.
gluten-free, which
Yeah.
is like great.
Yes.
If you've never cooked with polenta, it's kind of like a grits, an Italian grits. So good, so versatile. You can literally create your own flavors, and if you do, let me know, because
I've got to try it with oatmeal.
I love that. Yeah, savory oatmeals.
Wow.
Why not?
Why not? We're so used to brown sugar and milk.
Yeah. So delicious. I'm on my way, Chrissy said. If anyone has any questions, food questions, we have the teacher in the house, the OG teacher. I thought it'd be great if anybody had any cooking questions or techniques. Did you teach the like French technique to kids?
All different
like, what
ways.
was it?
We would do different units, different.
Would you create like your own curriculum for like the?
Oh yeah, I didn't take out of any book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everything had to be tailored to the group I had. We had a general curriculum that I followed, but I went in the order that they showed interest, the extent which they showed interest. That's what's great about the nature of the course. But the majority of the course was nutrition, you know. And then finally, when they got to the culinary area, they really respected the integration of chemistry and cooking, because you know, once you know the function.
Yeah.
They just like went to town with creativity.
And I feel like it's kind of like, I feel like chefs kind of get a bad rap. And
Yeah.
the food
Yeah.
world is so big. You can be a food photographer. You can write in magazines about food. There is just such a big world. So I encourage and support young children and, you know, parents to push their kids, because the culinary world is so fun.
It is.
You get to meet so many people, and I'm like so thankful that, you know, I have this platform and
Yeah.
get to meet people and eat food,
Yeah.
and we have meetings and we're eating food, which is so fun.
You know, and it's like a universal language food. I find that when people are in a great mood, they cook better for those they love. They got that passion going for
Yeah.
them.
It introduces you to travel and culture, and I love to go to different places and eat, and I
Yeah.
love to dine.
I don't think it'll ever go out of style, actually. So one thing
It'll
we
never
can say
go
it's
out of
not gonna
style.
go out of style. We could
Oh,
count
this
on
smells
that,
good.
Sophia.
So how long would you say? 20 minutes?
I'd say 20 to 25 minutes, on maybe a little longer, but I would say that. Yep.
All right.
But the heat's in there. It's just a matter of the center getting soft.
Smells so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
All you spinach pie fans out there, this is for you. I love to do omelets like this, the same concept, the leeks, you know, the spinach. You can use different kinds of cheeses, you know. You don't have to like, go crazy trying to get all these ingredients for a recipe, you know.
Yeah.
I feel bad for, you know, my friends that call me, I'm following this recipe, you know, like,
Yeah.
and you just go all over the world to try to find these ingredients when you can just substitute.
Yeah. And
Everything.
They don't realize sometimes you can substitute, you know. So remember that movie Leap Year?
No.
When the name of the actress, she goes and she meets, this man, which she had no idea was going to be her husband. And she said the recipe calls for, I think, 2 small carrots. And she's in the garden and she says, I can't find 2 small carrots. And he goes, here's one big, and there's a snap. He goes, we're done.
It's just like a funny
how we
scene.
have to be a little flexible, because it is what it is.
Let's taste this. Oh my
Delicious,
goodness.
huh?
So good. Let's get a little piece of the rice. We could test it.
Yes.
So do you
It
want
needs
to
some time.
describe to what to the tooth is? Like al dente?
Al dente means, how it directly translated in Italian, it means to the tooth, which means when you chew it, there's a little body to it. It's not soft, which is how we like everything. The pasta, the rice. It's
So
really
my
good.
mom and sister, they like it a little more cooked, and I have to pull mine out ahead of time.
Yeah.
I like it harder than al dente.
Yes, Lewis loves it that way.
Like I want to be able to chew my pasta.
Right, Lewis? You like al dente only.
That's what I like, and I
Yeah.
eat rare steaks. So
Yeah.
you either do or you don't.
Yep.
And I was actually talking to a sommelier, which is like a person that specializes in wine tasting, and they kind of teach you in school that everything is preference. So flavor is preference, and your taste buds, are validated.
One thing that's so different about risotto, everybody, compared to regular rice is half the time you heat the liquid, you add your fat, and then you add your rice all at once, give it a stir, put the lid on, and don't touch it until all the liquid almost is absorbed. Risotto is a totally different nature. It's, as Sophia is making it here, you add liquid slowly, stir, stir, stir in between, test it as you go along, and then you keep adding liquid till it's the perfect texture, which, as Sophia says, is al dente.
It's honestly such a versatile. It's a lot, making the pork and the risotto, but that's why you can add proteins. A lot of restaurants will have seafood risotto, which is nice. You can like sear your scallops on the side. You can put like mushrooms in here, asparagus in the spring from, put like all seasonal vegetables, and you can make it like a full meal, which is nice. And you just hang over this pot. You're not in the oven as well. You're just here, and it could just be, this could be your main dinner, which is so nice.
Yeah. It's a high maintenance rice, is what it is.
And I feel like it's such like, if and when, God willing, I do have kids, like I want to cook with them all the time so they can think outside the box. Like you remember that spinach pie that you had last week? Let's make it with a risotto, and you can introduce them to like different ingredients so that it could wake up their palate. So no more chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
No more chicken nuggets.
I know. So, like a lot of my students would think these way out recipes, and I'd say, really, because we're doing experimenting a unit with various ingredients and doing wildest things. Somebody said chocolate pecan spaghetti.
Chocolate pecan spaghetti.
I said, are you kidding? Really? They made it. It was out of this world.
What did they do? How'd they make that?
Actually, it was chocolate.
Okay.
And then it had a sauce on it, which to this day I remember what they put in it, the ground pecans, as instead of nuts or an ingredient in something like instead of bacon bits for carbonara. It was just out of this world.
So that's kind of something that like a fancy chef would do.
Yeah, it was out of this world. I couldn't eat enough of it. And then another team said cheeseburger soup. And I was
Cheeseburger soup? I've
cheeseburger
seen
soup.
that online.
They've
I've seen a
made
recipe for it.
These students made it 20 years ago. It was so good.
It probably
was
is
just
amazing.
Every food group that's in a cheeseburger was represented in the soup in its own form. It was so good.
And you can make that like healthier too. You can use turkey and then use like a good grass-fed cheddar and top it off with little pickles and pickled onions. Like how good would that be?
Oh, delicious.
That's actually really fun. But there's some really cool like fine dining restaurants, which I've actually competed in a cooking competition in Chicago, and then they took us as like a thank you and congratulations to this restaurant called Alinea in Chicago. And this chef specialized in creating like your memories as a child into food. So it was like pick up sticks and potato, like it was just like so funky and so over the top. But I feel like your imagination is part of like the future and creativity. So that's so cool.
I mean, so many memories I have from childhood with food. Coming after school over to my grandmother's house with the Armenian honey cake. Yet have I ever been able to match that recipe? Not yet.
Armenian honey cake. If anyone has a great recipe, send it on over to me.
And it has some farina in it and very finely grounded walnuts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep experimenting with that recipe until I get it close to what she had. It was so good. It was a heavy cake. It was delicious.
So it's very al dente. I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to check on the pork. And by the time the pork is done resting, this would be like a perfect consistency. So we can all sit down and eat together over here. So I'm so excited. I'm going to show you.
Show it all the way, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out the pork.
Let's mix you in. Yeah.
Let's just pull this guy over here.
Good rest.
Oh, yeah.
Strong girl. She's a strong girl. Here we go, honey. Let me get.
Oh, it smells so good.
Let me get.
I'm so excited to show you.
Heavy duty one. Here's a nice heavy one. Thank you. But wait, what happens to the glove? Let me get you the glove on.
All right.
So,
so that marinade created that sauce on the bottom. I haven't looked under here in a while.
Oh my, that looks so good.
Let's take you guys on an adventure.
Look at that, everybody.
Look at that. The caramelized onions at the bottom created a sauce. Look at that.
Wow.
And you can slice them thin, you could slice them thick.
That looks so awesome, Sophia. So, can you go over again for everybody what you put in the marinade?
Yes, the yogurt, there's lemon, orange, honey, I have raki, I have white wine, salt and pepper, I have rosemary, I have a little olive oil, I have fresh oregano, and it just smells so good. And the zest adds like a total different flavor than just citrus juice.
It's got the oils.
Like, please save your citrus, like the rind. Put it in anything. I love to put it in salad dressings or like over ice cream. So good.
I'll eat it.
Just so yummy. Look at that. We're gonna check the temperature.
She knows how to make your mouth water, doesn't she?
When is smell-o-vision gonna be a real thing?
Yeah.
How many years have we been talking about this? Like, there's gotta be something. Something.
Exactly.
Come on.
Smell-o-vision.
Oh my gosh. So we're creeping up. To about 125. I'm just gonna throw it back in for probably like 10 minutes with the top on.
That's a very chubby roast.
And you guys can head to Instagram when we're done and I will show the beautiful plated product. But I think that's it. We have our feta. I'm gonna crumble it over our delicious risotto, which I'll show you again before we say goodbye. It's thickening up. This is our, oops.
Here, honey.
Yep. Hot.
Very hot.
It's thickening up to a beautiful consistency. It smells so good. Look at that.
It
with
does
the
smell
fresh
delicious.
feta. Oh. And then we're gonna top everything off always with a little bit of fresh, ready, olive oil. I love fresh olive oil over your pasta, over anything that you make. It just adds that like perfect mouthfeel of like a little bit of extra fat, and that's like the first fresh flavor that goes on the mouth. It's like, please, if there's one thing that you leave away from here, is just finish everything with a little bit of olive oil. Even though that avocado toast in the morning, put some fresh EVOO on that. It will change everything. So I hope you all had a blast.
Amazing.
I had a blast.
I had a blast. This is my first time cooking with Sophia, and I've been honored.
I thought it'd be a nice little surprise
Yeah,
for you
thank
and
you.
you guys.
I know,
I
yeah.
knew she would like add some like fun and some knowledge.
And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes.
God bless you all.
God bless you all. Thank you again, Noelle, for making me my flyers. Father Chris, I love you all at the OCN, and it's truly an honor. I am so proud to be a Greek Orthodox Christian. I love you all, and comment, like, and share this video if you guys enjoyed it. Bye.
Bye.